Hey, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jesse.
And you're watching Tesla Time News.
Episode 52.
52, we've been doing this for a year.
Hell yeah.
Our first story is that Tesloop has gone 300,000 miles in a Tesla.
So Tesloop is a LA to Las Vegas taxi service.
That's right.
So this specific car is called the E-Hawk, has gone 300,000 miles in just 2 years.
Yeah, and the cool part here is they've spent $10,492 on maintenance and fuel. Basically no fuel because they use Tesla superchargers almost entirely.
Right.
So it's just been maintenance. And they estimate they would have spent $86,000 on maintenance and fuel if it was an ICE car.
Wow. So the maintenance that they're talking about here is $6,900 scheduled maintenance, $3,500 for headlight damage driving through deep water. The really cool part is at this rate, they'll still be under warranty for another 900,000 miles. That's almost another million miles.
Wait a minute. How could they be under warranty for 1.2 million miles?
Well, in 2023, when the warranty runs out, it's unlimited mileage warranty. So
it's unlimited mileage.
Yes. So this was their first car, and they've since been adding a fleet of Model X's, and right now they're driving 17,000 miles a month between LA and Las Vegas.
That was a smart purchase, let me tell you.
Right? I mean, they basically have saved themselves the cost of like a new car
in 2 years,
just by the maintenance alone.
Brilliant.
So that's super great.
So Tesla has hired a new engineer from Nike. Tiffany Beers was Nike's engineering director. She helped engineer the self-lacing sneaker. Do you remember this one, Jesse?
The HyperAdapt 1.0. So this is from Back to the Future 2.
Remember that car,
Yes.
that sneaker? You put your foot in and it would lace itself?
Yes.
She actually was on the team that invented this. It worked.
Right, in the future.
Yeah, she worked with Tinker Hatfield, who's a famous designer, and they engineered these sneakers, just like the one in Back to the Future, that loosens and tightens its laces with motors and batteries, and it lasts about 2 weeks between charges.
Right, so they've stolen her away from Nike.
Yeah, she worked there for 13 years at Nike, and now she is going to be working, she was in their innovation lab there, and now she's going to be a staff technical program manager at Tesla.
Wow. So, I mean, they're stealing away like top people from some of the top companies.
I mean, because she knows how to work at a major corporation on major products with cool teams and cool technology. Awesome find. Okay, so at the Hyperloop competition that just took place at SpaceX in Hawthorne.
Yes, our friend Jake from Hyperloop UC, which is University of Cincinnati's Hyperloop team.
Back at the very first design competition, UC came in 6th overall, and they were able to move up and be a part of the Hyperloop competition in January back at SpaceX. And at that competition, UC was the only team to demonstrate static levitation of their pod.
So what are we talking about here?
SpaceX puts on a competition every year, and actually this year they put on 2, to get teams to work on pods that'll go down this vacuum tube outside their Hawthorne plant. And at last week's competition in Hawthorne, Team VAR from Germany won the competition. This was a speed competition. Their pod went 324 kilometers an hour.
So the pod weighed 176 pounds, that's 80 kilograms, with a 50 kilowatt motor.
VAR won last January as the fastest pod as well. Now I wanted to point out that SpaceX's track is 0.77 miles long, or 1.25 kilometers, and it's right outside their Hawthorne SpaceX headquarters.
Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If we get 2 more refers for the Tesla referral program, that is if you're buying a Model S or X, and you use our referral code, we will be able to get on the boring machine and help drill holes below LA.
Wow, so we could be helping out to build the next test track, huh?
That's right. If you want to use our referral code, just Facebook message us and we will get back to you.
I think you should try and enter because I think, I mean, I'm not saying that it's super easy. I mean, it's definitely difficult engineering, but I mean, take up the challenge. I think it'd be very fun.
Yeah. So Duke Energy's About Face. What is this about?
So I know what About Face is. It's when you turn around.
Right. So Duke Energy Florida is the biggest of Orlando's 3 power providers, and they have just made a dramatic U-turn.
Okay, so what is it?
So last week, Duke Energy said it'll be canceling its plans for the Levi nuclear power plant, and it's now putting the $6 billion that it would have spent on that into new solar panels, grids, and other solar-powered projects. So the plans were scrapped last week following news that the Westinghouse Electric Corporation, that's the company that makes the nuclear power plant.
But wait, no. Isn't that George Westinghouse? Like, isn't that Westinghouse?
Yeah, this is the company from 1884 that was founded by George Westinghouse. It's the same company that in 1888 licensed Nikola Tesla's AC and induction motor patents. They actually hired Tesla as a consultant.
Fast forward, Toshiba bought Westinghouse in 2010 for $5.4 billion, and Westinghouse was a key part of Duke's nuclear energy strategy. Duke was reportedly set to purchase 2 of its mega-sized A1000 reactors, but Westinghouse filed for bankruptcy last March.
Beginning in 2018, Duke's 4-year rollout of new solar technology will add an additional 700 megawatts of power to their infrastructure.
So this is interesting. I mean, Tesla could be potentially providing the power for Duke's Energy, so it could be almost that Tesla's putting Westinghouse out of business.
Yeah, I mean, you take a company like Westinghouse, which was just a powerhouse of a company doing everything for over 100 years, and now it just went wrong, went astray, it went into nuclear power, and it's just disappeared.
It's really funny. You're sort of moving into this new paradigm of engineering and technology.
And what's funny is that Westinghouse hired Tesla because they saw that AC was the way to go, as opposed to Edison, who thought DC was the way to go. And for years, Westinghouse did well because they went under Tesla's model.
Right.
They basically stole a lot of Tesla's work and used his work for decades,
right.
And profited off it, and now they got their comeuppance.
I guess so. 150 years in the future.
Does Tesla have a semi-competitor?
You mean like Mercedes, because it's like kind of a competitor, but not really?
No, I mean the semi-tractor trailer truck.
Oh, okay.
You know how that's going to come out this month. So there's this company,
yeah.
Cummins, just came out with this truck. It claims that it's a Tesla competitor.
Interesting. So,
in fact, they claim that they're first to market.
So this is a Class 7 urban hauler tractor. This is an 18,000-pound truck. It was built by Roush and is geared for local deliveries, according to the Indianapolis Star. So basically, it's a 140 kilowatt-hour battery pack, and it's mostly just going to be used, in urban areas and cities and in smaller towns kind of thing.
I see. Because, it's only got a claimed range of 100 miles. And according to Cummins, it'll take an hour to charge. And they think that by the time it's introduced in 2020...
I'm sorry, wait, it's introduced in 2020?
Oh, yeah, this is just a concept.
Oh.
When it's introduced in 2020, they hope to drop that time to 20 minutes of charge time. Mm-hmm. They're going to come up with a hybrid, which will have a diesel engine onboard generator so that it'll get up to 300 miles of range.
So a diesel range extender?
Right. Now, Cummins chief executive Thomas Linebarger told Forbes that electric technology isn't quite ready for 18-wheelers, mostly due to the long distances they travel. And this is a prototype truck, as we're showing you here.
Right.
The cab is just to show it off. The company only intends to make the actual powertrain. Yeah, it's been touted by the press as a Tesla competitor, or, it's going to beat Tesla to the market. But I want to point out that this truck doesn't have the range that Tesla Semi is supposedly going to have.
Right.
From what we've heard so far from leaked reports, Tesla Semi might have a range of 200 to 300 miles
which
to start.
Is still super conjecture at this point.
Right. We don't know.
We have no idea.
And hopefully we're going to be there in September.
Yeah, so we'll actually see it and we'll be able to report it, so you can definitely check that out.
Do you think they'll let us drive it?
I hope they let us drive it.
Do you have your license for that?
I don't have a trucking license, but maybe you don't need it because it's electric.
You're not shifting.
There's no air brake. Yeah, there's no double clutching.
I've got my EV license.
Yeah, I mean, I've played some, European truck simulators, so I mean, I know my way around some pretty big machinery, but, only theoretically. All right, so the Tesla price has dropped.
Wait, what? Stock has dropped?
No, not the stock.
Oh.
The price of the cars. Or certain cars.
Okay.
So the Model S, the 100D, used to be $97,500, and it's now down to $94,000.
Ooh, $3,500 price drop.
Yeah, it's a pretty big price drop.
That.
The P100D Model S used to be $140,000, now down to $135,000.
$5,000 price drop.
Yep. The Model X 100D used to be $99,500. It is now down to $96,000.
Wow, that's a $3,500 price drop as well.
Yep, and the Model X P100D used to be $145,000. It is now down to $140,000.
Wow, that's a $5,000 price drop.
Yeah, so these are some pretty big price drops. These are for some pretty expensive cars. You know, these are the upper tier Teslas with the huge battery packs.
Yeah, Tesla spokesperson said about the most recent price changes, Tesla is passing cost efficiency improvements of approximately 3% in the 100 kilowatt pack production through to customers.
Wow, so this is coming directly from Tesla's work and efficiencies. They're passing it directly.
They're not trying to keep more profit for themselves.
Right, they're not, you know, keeping
They're passing it on.
That's
and
great.
Also, Tesla is also offering showroom discounts to up to $30,000 off and lowered interest rates. So what's a showroom discount?
So a showroom discount basically is talking about a showroom car. So a car that has been sitting in a showroom.
Going out for test drives.
Yeah, but typically they have like 100 miles on them.
Wow.
So it's very, very limited use in terms of the powertrain and stuff like that. And you could get a $30,000 price reduction, which is fantastic.
Up to $30,000.
Well, I mean, yeah.
And basically they're also lowering their interest rates, some as low as 0.99%. And in Norway, we've heard it's down to 0.25%. This is until the end of the quarter, which is only about a month away.
Yeah.
And it's, I think because they want to boost sales during this quarter to get the numbers up. Elon has said that basically all Teslas are the same price, whether you're a celebrity, whoever you are, except for showroom models.
Right.
So this is one way if you're looking for a cheaper car. Yes, you can go used, or you can go showroom, which is basically like getting a new car for a big discount.
And you can also use our referral code. So if you were thinking about getting a Model S and you were sort of on the fence, maybe go take a look at those showroom cars.
Model 3 news.
All right, so our buddy Ryan McCaffrey from Ride the Lightning Tesla podcast tweeted to Elon asking, is a smart air suspension option still coming for the Model 3, as you said last year on Twitter? My driveway is weird and I need it.
And Elon responded, in about 6 months or so, linked to dual motor config.
Wow, so this tells us a lot. Now we know when the dual motor's coming out, and we know that smart air suspension is going to be coming for the Model 3.
I didn't think that would be a thing. I thought to save money they weren't going to bother.
Right. I guess later on, after they get out of production hell, that they're going to be working on that.
Yeah, once they're in heaven.
Yeah.
Ryan McCaffrey also tweeted to Elon, is a performance version coming at some point for Model 3? It has not been mentioned since you tweeted about it last year. Please. And Elon said, probably middle of next year. Focus now is on getting out of Model 3 production hell. More versions equals deeper in hell.
Interesting.
So that is really good news. It means that if you want a souped up Model 3, that's coming too.
All right. So thank you so much, Ryan, for tweeting Elon, getting him on the horn, because
he seems to like responding to you.
Yeah. Keep it up.
And check out this. Model 3 has showed up at the Nevada Gigafactory. They're showing it off to employees who are on the list to buy it. And so here is a little test drive. Let's see what they do.
Wow.
5 miles an hour in like a second. Yes, my God.
Wow, that sounds like they were having some fun.
That definitely sounds like they're having some fun. I mean, I can't wait to get in this car. It seems like it's going to be a blast.
All right, the flooding in Texas. Our hearts go out to everyone in the Houston area who had to live through that awful flooding. We want to make sure that if you are thinking about giving, you should be thinking about giving. There's a great charity that we've heard about that'll get money right to people there. It is the Houston Food Bank, and the link is down below. But we want to mention that there's also the story of long lines for gas that is happening in the wake of Hurricane Harvey in places that weren't even affected by the hurricane. I mean, you would expect it to happen, obviously, in the Houston area, but in San Antonio, Austin, and Dallas, which weren't hit by the hurricane, there are long lines of people waiting for gas.
And so this is due basically because some refineries have reportedly closed down that were on the coast. And that has, in turn, raised the gas prices and then put a run on gas. So people started to stockpile it, fearing that there would be a huge spike in gas prices.
Now, without electricity, you can't pump gas.
This is true. So if the electricity goes out in your area, the gas pumps are not going to work. Those are electric pumps that pump gas into your car, which means that if the electricity goes out, not only can you not charge your car, but you can't pump gas. Now, there's one caveat to that, which is, of course, if you're off-grid and you have your own solar system and battery storage, you can be charging your car even when the power is out in your neighborhood.
And I mean, we want to just mention that global warming is a major cause of what just happened. I know a lot of people think, well, global warming just warms up the atmosphere. Why did that cause this hurricane? Global warming puts a lot more moisture into the atmosphere.
Right, and it also heats up the surface of the water. I mean, the hurricane went from being a Category 1 to being in Category 4 way faster than anyone could have predicted, and which is another reason why it was so devastating. We weren't expecting it.
Right.
And it's because basically there was an eddy that was a slightly warmer area of ocean that the storm went over and heated up. And this,
took all that moisture with it.
Yes, and this is caused directly by climate change. And so, I mean, for you climate change deniers out there, I'm sorry, but I am not going to stand down on this.
No.
This is absolutely a cause of global climate change.
Right. And one very important point here is that when it comes time to rebuild the Houston area, we make sure, you policy leaders out there, that you make the tough choices to make sure you don't rebuild in places that shouldn't be rebuilt.
Right. Don't build the same way.
It's not going to be popular, but what's the point of rebuilding a house that in 10 years, 20 years is just going to be in the same situation again with families stuck there again? And then, I mean, this year we had deaths in Houston, but I think got off lighter than we could have because 6.5 million people cannot evacuate an area. It's just not possible.
Right.
So what happens when this happens again, and it will happen again, and people need to evacuate and they can't evacuate?
We have to really just reevaluate the way that we're thinking about disasters like this, because they're going to be more and more common and they're going to be more and more devastating.
Yeah.
So definitely, if you are a policy leader or you are someone down in the Houston area, contact your lawmakers. I know it's not popular. I know that it's not a fun thought to think that, oh, I'm not going to rebuild my house the same way. It's going to be more expensive. I'm going to have to move different aspects of my house, pay more to get better flood proofing. But I think in the end, it's going to be worth it because it's going to happen a lot.
We got an email from our viewer, Waj, in Poland, and he was telling about this EMobility program that's going on right now. This is a program set up by the government in Poland to promote and develop electric transport and infrastructure in Poland. Now, as you're seeing here on the screen, these are all concept cars. These 9 winners are from a bigger pool of winners, so these are the semi-finalists that have moved on to the next round. And the point here is that they're aiming to have 1 million EVs on Polish roads by 2025.
Right, and so this competition is to design a concept for an urban car. Basically,
Electric car, right?
Right, an urban electric car that can be sort of driven around Polish cities to help for that goal of the 1 million electric cars. I think that this is great, and it's funny how similar a lot of these concept cars look.
Yeah, they look like if you took an i3 and a Lucid Air, a lot of them.
Yeah, that one looks, I mean, there's one that looks surprisingly similar, and yeah, definitely sort of that, futuristic, but also very tiny look.
What's impressive to me is that, so these are finalists vying for a $14,000 prize, which isn't a huge prize, but their entries look really professional. It looks like it would be coming right from major car manufacturers.
Right. And it's funny that we don't see many car manufacturers coming out with things that look like this. I mean, there's whole car companies that don't even think that they're going to make electric cars in the next 20 years. And sorry to tell you, you are, or you're not going to be making cars.
That's right. And I mean, what's so impressive here is that the Polish government just put up a little bit of prize money and got these amazing results. Hello, other countries.
Yeah.
Let's start doing this. It brings forth the best in your designers and engineers.
Right. And so lastly, we just want to talk about Drive Electric Week, which is coming up.
What is Drive Electric Week?
So Drive Electric Week there's going to be all sorts of events going on all around the country.
Yeah, and Canada.
You can go visit them. Go check it out online. See where
link below.
See where there's one near you. You can basically see a bunch of electric cars. Some people will give you rides. Some people will let you sit in it. Electric car owners, if you're one of them, you can go and you can donate your time and effort and energy and car, and people can look at it and you can basically try and convince people like, hey, electric is the future. Can you see yourself in one of these cars?
Because for most people who don't drive an electric yet, they got a lot of questions, and there's nowhere to go ask those questions usually, because they're very just mundane questions like, how do you charge and will it get me to work? And they can't ask a car dealer this because they know they're not going to get really realistic answers.
Right.
But if they come visit you at a car show, they can sit in your car, ask you some questions, and many times when they leave, they're like, hey, you know, this sounds way better than I knew about. I didn't know about all the rebates. I didn't know about all the places you can charge. So, yeah, if you're an electric car owner, contact one of your coordinators, and they'd love to have you. If you would just like to go visit and have a fun time.
Yeah. And just, you know, let friends and family know. I mean, if you've been trying to talk to them about electric cars for a really long time and they're just like not having any of it, show them a physical one. I mean, it's a lot easier than just talking about a concept of, oh, electric cars. You know, if there's one sitting right in front of you, it's a lot easier to, you know, mentally connect with it. Right.
Yeah, because it's tangible. Jesse and I are going to be at an electric car event here in Massachusetts. And so we'll put some more information on our Facebook, and you're welcome to come down and join us and go for a ride in Sparky.
Yeah. We just went through all of the stories. Now it is time for the lightning round.
Yeah, these are the more fast stories. Here we go.
Yes, here it
All
goes.
right. Tesla's solar roof patent has been granted. So Solar City filed for a patent for the connector system for its solar roof on May 24th of last year. And in August, Tesla's solar roof received its patent.
Seems that a conductive paste is applied to the tiles, and this not only binds them together physically, but also conductively. Solar cell production underway in Gigafactory 2. Tesla CTO J.B. Strobel confirmed that solar cell production has begun at the Buffalo, New York Gigafactory 2, and the production goal has been increased to 2 gigawatts of capacity a year, up from 1 gigawatt, which they hope to achieve in 2019.
Wow.
So 1 gigawatt already would have made them the biggest solar cell factory in the world.
That's awesome.
And JB said 1 gigawatt is equivalent to the annual output of a large nuclear or coal-fired power plant. But this means that with 2 gigawatts that they're going to be replacing a coal-fired or nuclear power plant every 6 months.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right.
So he goes on to say, by the end of this year, we will have the ramp up of solar roof modules started in a substantial way. This is an interim milestone that we're pretty proud of.
BMW releases images of the electric Mini, which will be shown at the Frankfurt Auto Show later this month. So why is BMW showing off a Cooper car?
So just in case you didn't know, Mini Cooper has been a subsidiary of BMW since 1994.
No way.
Yeah, a British car manufacturer that is, you know, now a German car manufacturer. So that's kind of why they haven't looked the same since then.
Wow.
Yes.
BMW plans to produce the Mini in 2019. No specs yet.
No specs.
So the largest solar plant in Iran opens.
Wow. Iran. Why Iran?
Well, with over 300 sunny days and an average of 2,800 hours of sunshine, Iran is considered one of the best countries for producing and using solar energy.
Out of the 76,000 megawatt capacity of Iran's power plants, only 360 megawatts of them is renewable power.
Ah. Now, the newly opened 20 megawatt Mokran solar power plant complex is the latest proof of Iran's ambitions to renewable energy. It's Iran's biggest solar plant and was constructed in the eastern province of Kerman in about 6 months. Iran has the goal of 5 gigawatts of renewable power plants by 2020.
So check out Daimler's EQ for 2. So Daimler has unveiled the Smart Vision EQ for 2 before the Frankfurt Auto Show that it will be later this month. CEO Annette Winkler said about the new concept, the Smart EQ for 2 is our version of future urban mobility. It is the most radical car-sharing concept car of all. Fully autonomous with maximum communication capabilities, friendly, comprehensively personable, and, of course, electric. I like the, of course, electric. It's supposed to have a 30 kilowatt hour lithium-ion battery pack, which is bigger than electric smart cars' current pack, and could potentially allow for a range of over 160 miles.
China has already surpassed its 2020 solar goal.
Wow.
Yeah, so looking at this chart here, the gray dotted line was the plan to hit their 2020 goal for 100 gigawatts of installed solar. But look at that orange line. They already hit the goal.
Oh my God, so fast.
And that orange dotted line is the new expected amount of solar. They should have 200 gigawatts by 2020 or double their goal.
Wow, that's amazing. And I mean, look at that line. It's like vertical.
Yeah.
And the dotted line doesn't even seem to be anywhere close to what it's doing right now. That seems to be a very conservative estimate. So I think that they're going to totally beat it.
Yeah, they already have.
I mean, I think they're going to beat the new...
the new beating.
What they think they're going to think they think it is. Tesla's Dashcam feature?
Yeah, Nick G replying to Model 3 owners that many cameras on board and we still have to buy a separate dash cam. I hope Elon Musk adds a feature to export last minutes of video. Elon got back to him, feature coming soon.
Wow, so this could be pretty exciting.
So right now in cars that have already come off the line, there's a dash cam that's looking out, but you're not getting to see that. That's so the car.
Right, that's for the autopilot. Right.
But now what Elon is alluding to here is that maybe you'll be able to get that feed somehow and use it for your own,
if you're in an accident.
Right.
Oh, I mean, that would be very helpful. I mean, because then you wouldn't need to put a dash cam anywhere actually on the car, because it's a bit redundant to have two cameras. Right.
Yeah.
So Renault starts a new EV car sharing service in Madrid called Ziddy. Ziddy?
Really?
Like Z City with a Z? I don't know. Renault is partnering with Ferrovial Services to use the Renault Zoe EV, which has a 300-kilometer range, which is, by the way, I heard is a great car. I can't wait to get in one of those
I know,
cars,
me too.
by the way. They look really good, too.
Yeah.
They look better than the Leaf. Uber offers Uber One in Madrid, which is a fleet of Tesla Model S's, and Nissan already operates a 110 Leaf car sharing service in Madrid, which they started last year. So it definitely sounds like Madrid is the place to go if you're looking to share some EV cars.
Yeah. Renault has just shown these battery pack EV chargers that are popping up in Belgium and Germany.
So these pop up in places where it would cost too much to draw large amounts of current off the grid. Basically, you're going to take a bunch of leftover Zoe battery packs that have been like end of their use, useful life, and now you're going to build this battery bank that you can then charge more Renault Zoes from.
And you can use solar arrays or micro wind turbines to allow them to charge back up. And lastly, Nissan Renault's CEO Carlos Ghosn says that they want to build an $8,000 EV in China. They want it to sell for no more than $8,000 after all incentives. Ultimately, he wants to build an electric car that will cost as little as $7,000 without incentives. He said, if we are able to make this kind of breakthrough, it's going to change the game. I think there's another company that's changing the game in electric cars. I just can't remember what it's called.
It's Renault.
Oh, yeah. All right, our next story is the Patreon bonus story. So if you'd like to see that, go over to Patreon and become a supporter of us. For as little as $1 a month, you can see all of our Patreon bonus stories.
And if you are a Patreon, the video will already be there waiting for you. So go check it out.
Hey, we did a giveaway, Jesse. One of our referrers was going to win a set of 22-inch turbine wheels.
Yes.
Did we pick that winner?
We have picked the winner. The winner is Carlos Barron. Now, the reason he
Congratulations.
won... Congratulations, by the way, Carlos. Way to go. So happy to give you these wheels.
Yeah.
Now,
this is like over $3,000 of wheels.
Oh, it's very exciting.
Yeah. Why didn't we keep them?
We didn't keep them because, well, we had to give something away.
Oh, yeah.
Carlos used our referral code, and we said, hey, anyone who's going to use our referral code, this was for a special, we needed to get 5 referrals in order to see the Model 3.
Oh, right.
It was very, very important.
It's because of Carlos.
So I want everyone to just thank Carlos for, A, getting us to see the Model 3, and also congratulate him for getting his 22-inch turbine wheels.
Yeah.
We're so happy for you.
Send us pictures, Carlos, when you get those installed.
We can't wait to see them.
Every week, we like to thank our super Patreon supporters, and this week, we want to give a big shout-out to...
Lance Mace. Wait, whoa, wait a minute. That's a cool name. Lance Mace? Those are 2 medieval weapons. Dang, that's a cool name. All right, Lance Mace.
Pavel Glavinov.
Marcel Ward.
Dan Radu Popescu.
And Thomas J. Todd.
Thank you so much, everybody. That is super that you support us on Patreon. If you aren't a Patreon supporter, get over there right now and help us out.
All right.
So every week we like to choose a comment of the week, and this one is from Otto Van Bellen, who, he posted this.
All right, let's check it out on our app of justice.
Otto Van Bellen says,
Hey Jesse, Zach, please consider us metric viewers when you hit us with numbers. Distance, weight, temperature.
please subtitle in metric. Thanks, love watching your videos. Sorry our costing budget ran out, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I think
brings up a really
that's
good
a really
point.
good point.
And it's not the first time it's been brought up. We are sensitive to it, but honestly, it's kind of hard when we're doing stories. At least for me, I try and keep the flow going. So when I'm like, oh, it's got 180 miles of range, which is 300 and something kilometers range, I like to tell both, but then it kind of interrupts the flow. So you're right, though. A good solution would be to subtitle it.
Yeah, I mean, also, I just want to point out that I am a huge fan of the metric system.
I am too.
I mean, I'm not like...
I was brainwashed more than Jesse because I'm older than Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
You know that we never learned the metric system.
Yeah.
It was all just imperial. And yeah, it's a stupid system for doing science because they don't mesh together well. 12 of this equals
really
1 of
good
that.
though.
I mean,
It's really good for like, building wagons and shields and swords and stuff like that.
all right, we'll stick to it for those stories.
But yeah, like sorry if we're giving you stuff in barley corns and furlongs and cubits.
So I mean, I think
it's annoying. I
think
totally agree.
A great solution is to have the boys put the metric system down below. Brent, Bobby, what do you think? As you can see, math is not Bobby's strong suit. So you may not be getting most accurate metric measurements, but we are going to try and do that. That's a great solution. And hey, it's been a year. We're trying to improve constantly, so we'll try and improve on the metric system.
All right. Hey, you know what? Every week we have a bunch of people send us videos of supercharger locations, giving them their reviews.
Check these out.
Hey, Zach and Jesse. I'm here at the San Diego Supercharger, located at Qualcomm headquarters, just outside San Diego. And I'm going to give this one 6 stars. I've been here twice today, and the first time I came, there was probably at least 5 in line. It's a 12 stall. There is a coffee shop at the cafe, at the employee cafe you can go to. And across the street there's some restaurants that have food and quick stuff, but hard to get to a bathroom unless you buy something. We do have a trash can. Thanks.
Dageho from Tainan, Taiwan. This is one of the 3 superchargers that are currently located in Taiwan. This is an 8 stall, and it's actually located in the parking lot of the beautiful Chimay Museum. There are some restaurants and cafes. You can go in and enjoy some culture or just enjoy the grounds. Again, wonderful show, guys. Thanks for everything.
Saturday night, August 28th, and here we are at Harris Ranch, the location of the very first Tesla charger. Not a supercharger, just a charger, and the Tesla battery swap was in that car wash building over there. This is historical because there was signage up back about a decade ago in 2008 that said this is the future of transportation, and this was where you charged your Tesla Roadster right here. However, this is 2017, so we have to walk across the street from the Shell station in Coalinga, California. What the Harris Ranch supercharger setup looks like today, let's see. There are the superchargers. And there are 18 supercharger stall, one in use right now. The Gray Model S here at Harris Ranch, halfway between Los Angeles and San Francisco, the location of the battery swap and the first charger ever for the Tesla Roadster.
Isn't that awesome?
That's super awesome. Thank you so much to everyone who sent in a review. We're also
Keep them coming.
Yeah, we're also going to be posting reviews on our website and Facebook.
Yep. Link down below.
So check that out. If you would like to give your own supercharger review, please keep it as short as possible. The shorter, the sweeter, the better. Just make sure that you keep it landscape.
Yep.
And wind and stuff like that. Make sure that we can see you. Make sure that we can hear you. Just sort of show what's around. Also, every week we like to go over the new superchargers that are entering the world.
And why do we care?
Well, we don't know how it's happening. Seems to be some sort of portals opening up and new superchargers coming into the world, Jeff. So it's pretty, I'm just getting news here that we're getting some new ones.
Who's Jeff?
I'm sorry. That's the wrong show. So new superchargers coming online every single week. Every single week we like to cover it here. So here is where they're coming online now.
Periwinkle. Permitted in
Concord, California.
Clare, Australia.
Altamonte Springs, Florida.
Oh, you put a little Florida accent on it.
I thought it was going to be a French one, and I was wrong.
Hoksund, Norway.
Under construction in
Aquadulce, Spain.
Beckley, West Virginia.
Membury Services Eastbound, UK.
And Michaelwood Services Northbound, UK.
Colby, Kansas.
Offringen, Switzerland.
Eaton, Australia.
Carlisle, Pennsylvania.
And Baker, California.
Geez, that's a lot being built.
Yeah. Now open, the 949th in the world, 391st in the USA, is the 8 stall in Rawlins, Wyoming.
Number 950 in the world, just 50 more to go to 1,000. And 392nd in the USA, an 8 stall in Laramie, Wyoming.
Number 951 in the world, 393 in the USA, is the 8-stall in Laval, Maryland.
And number 952 in the world, 393 in the USA, and 8-stall in Aberdeen, Maryland.
Yeah, so only 4 new ones this week, and they're all in the USA. Kind of unusual week, actually. It's been a while since we've seen that.
It's very true.
And only in 2 states.
And hey,
Wyoming and Maryland.
And we were able to pronounce every single one of them.
Maybe.
Actually, probably correctly.
I don't think
probably
so.
Maybe.
My guess is that I screwed that up.
It's Carcelia.
We want to mention that we make videos that you probably haven't seen because we've been making so many videos. And I know a lot of you just watch Tesla's Time News, but we do put a lot of effort into our other videos. And if you own a Model X and you have a tow hitch, we've explained how to install that tow hitch because it's not as easy as you might think.
Yes.
So if you check out this video, I explain by crawling under my car how to do it.
Yes, we almost crushed him.
We also take almost all of these videos and make them into podcasts so that if you're driving along on your commute, you can listen there. You can listen on your audio phone systems, that high-tech thing.
All that high-tech gobbledygook thingamajiggers.
So you can listen on podcasts like iTunes and Stitcher and even on TuneIn in your car. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Please remember to subscribe, like our videos, and also hit that little bell button so that you'll get reminders that our new videos are coming out. Really, subscribing helps us a lot. I know you don't want to do it. I know you don't want to hit any buttons, but by subscribing, you actually make us a little more powerful channel, which means that we can go do more things for you.
It's true. We can go call up people and say, hey, we want to know about this.
Right.
We want an interview. We want some of this product. We want to show people what this is.
Yes.
And they'll say, oh, you have another person on
Oh,
this?
I wasn't going to do it.
That number was +1. Oh, okay, I'll agree to it.
That's how powerful you are.
That's how powerful you are. If you use our referral code to buy a Model S or a Model X, by the way, it's a great time to do it because of the price drop.
Oh, I know, that's true. Yeah, you get a lot of bang for the buck.
You're going to get a lot of bang for the buck. First of all,
$1,000 off.
$1,000 off. Free supercharging for life. Now, that's what Tesla gives you. What we are going to give you is something that no one else is going to give you.
Wait.
We're going to give you a test ride in a next-generation Roadster.
Who came up with that idea?
That's your idea.
Oh, was I drinking?
No.
Oh.
So...
Wait a minute, what if they live far away?
So you have to live somewhere in the contiguous United States.
Yeah, but that still could be... We're in Massachusetts. What if they live in, like, Oregon?
This is going to be a big trip. It's going to be a big trip. We're going to be honest.
Wait a minute. There could be 50... There are going to be 50
referrals.
We have to drive to all their houses?
We have to drive to all their houses.
What the hell was I thinking?
I don't know what you were thinking, but we have to do it. That's the rules. So here's what's going to happen. If you use our referral code...
Didn't we have an asterisk?
There's no asterisks.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, we didn't put any in it. Here's what's going to happen.
Yeah?
If you use our referral code, we are going to drive to your house with the next generation Roadster.
We could put it on autopilot and just let it do it by itself.
Well, but we kind of also have to go.
Oh.
Because we have to film it.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be fun. Now, we're going to come to your house. We're also probably going to bring Sparky.
Yep.
And we're probably also going to bring a Model 3 because...
And Bobby and Brent.
We're going to need to bring Bobby and Brent. We're going to need to, have some space from each other. We're going to need, because, you're going to be cramped up in the Roadster. It's going to be,
That's true.
tough.
Are we going to all 4 be in the Roadster? No.
It's a 2-seater, so I doubt it.
No.
So we're going to be coming with a lot of Tesla cars. It's going to be like a little Tesla mini event.
Yeah,
it's going to happen at your house. You should invite everyone to make it a block party.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be really cool because we're going to come with every Tesla car, basically.
Yep.
If you have an S, then all the Tesla cars ever made will be there except for the old Roadster. But, who wants
this
to
will be the
drive
new
that?
Roadster.
This will be the new Roadster. Use our referral code.
Is anyone else crazy enough to do this?
I haven't heard of anyone. So
that shows you a lot.
Now we do need to get 50 referrals. Right now we're
well on our way.
Or something
we're
like
well
that.
on our way.
Definitely, if you were considering buying an S or an X, now is a great time to do it. You are going to get unlimited supercharging. That is not going to last forever if you use our referral code.
Right.
End of the year, our referral code will not give you unlimited supercharging.
Right. So you've got a couple months left.
And the price drop right now, I cannot see a better time.
Sweet time.
Also, the up to $30,000 off the floor models.
Go sit in the floor model.
Yeah, and you can really finagle the floor models, by the way.
I think so, yes.
All right, so anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to our Patreon subscribers, and just let's go have a great day.
Now you know.
Get us out of this car.
Periwinkle.
All right, now you know.